patchwork of green as far as the eye can see. This is the Lockyer Valley, Queensland's salad bowl. It's a fresh food mecca. But trouble is brewing on these rich soil plains.
Farming's an interesting gig. You're always exposed to the elements, especially the natural ones.
The last few years have thrown their fair share of challenges for fifth-generation farmer Mitch Brimblecombe. He's been hit with drought, flood and hailstorms.
All of those elements contribute to the challenges of farming, and then you can throw wind, heat and cold amongst that as well, and it certainly becomes challenging sometimes.
Each hit comes with a costly price tag.
It does kill crops. The crops suffer. They'll wilt or die just from waterlogging and being too wet. And then that's a flow-on effect to the cash flow. And, some of those crops, there's no income.
It's been enough to force the 26-year-old to turn to an unlikely crop around these parts, cotton.
We needed an answer to have a bit more resilience for our business. The cotton can handle water logging more than some vegetables, and it can handle drought conditions.
The Lockyer supplies Queensland with around 40% of its fresh food. The industry is worth about $450 million.
Produce is really, really important. I think that we take it for granted. You can't eat cotton.
But across the region, weary farmers are turning their backs on fresh produce.
The cotton crop is, much more financeable from a banking point of view. It's once you get it out of the ground, you can loan against it. Horticulture's just become a riskier business.
For some, the pressure of successive natural disasters has simply become all too much. The ABC has spoken to a number of farmers who've decided to sell up the family business and move on. Now there are concerns the next generation of producers isn't stepping up.
For young people, they will see the struggles that mum and dad have to go through, the unknown, the natural disasters, just the cost of living challenges. Sometimes farming doesn't look real sexy.
John Bertram's property was once prime agricultural land. But a flood event in 2013 tore a 150-metre wide channel through his farm. His hay crops were decimated in a matter of hours.
We now have a rock garden, compliments of the erosion and the aversion.
John Bertram believes culverts constructed by the state government to reduce flooding played a part in the destruction.
Essentially, we are still getting the effect of their water from the creek flowing through our place.
Once his prized nest egg, his property is now a liability. And he warns he's not the only grower doing it tough.
They are living with much lower incomes. They're living off their resources, they're living off their reserves, they're living off funds that they have put aside or earned over the years.
Researchers fear the exodus could affect community growth.
The people that donate or volunteer the most in any census are either ministers of religion, politicians or farmers, mixed farmers. So, they're big parts of their community, and if you change that dynamic, what's left with the community?
Despite the challenges, Mitch Brimblecombe says farmers are known for their resilience.
Yeah, every time we have a natural disaster or some sort of challenge that causes loss or hardship, I always say, well, it's very character building, isn't it?
A ray of hope in trying times. Victoria Pengilly, ABC News, Lockyer Valley.